although he needs no introduction, that was Sri Vijay Goel, General Secretary, Prabari of Assam, giving you a complete wrap-up of the election preparedness, campaigning, and the polling process from Assam. He's just returned, and it was only appropriate that he gave you a complete picture of what happened there. We've heard that today the government has passed the Shunglu committee report to the Ministry of Home Affairs. We straight have just two questions. Why is there a delay in taking action on the findings of Shunglu committee report? We are very worried that this delay, like the way in which 2G related matters were handled by the government, the delay is going to cause a lot of evidences being removed, losses of files, people giving an impression that they can get away scot-free without much action happening. Already, during the last 1 week, we saw how the public are outraged by ineffectual action or ineffectual steps being taken to fight corruption. Now, this delay in relation to the findings of Shunglu committee is only reinforcing that. The government should immediately come out with a clear time frame to say when they're going to start action against the people who have been found guilty or who have been indicted by the Shunglu committee. The Delhi government, of course, has been repeatedly said in the various pages of Shunglu committee's report, the Delhi government has been held responsible for the several omissions and commissions. I think it's high time the government showed its will to fight corruption by taking action on the basis of Shunglu committee report. Again, the government's half-hearted approach or having no heart at all on the matter of getting an effective Lokpal bill is coming out. We all observed how, in the context of Anna Hazare coming out, and which served like a magnet for the people to come out against failure of the government to fight corruption. The Congress is not having its heart in this matter fully. That's very clear. And there are several instances to prove it. To choose Sri Kapil Sibal to go and negotiate with Mr. Anna Hazare itself smacks that they are not really fully in this matter to fight against corruption. Here's a minister who spoke that there was no scam at all and no loss at all. And that minister was chosen to negotiate in getting an effective draft bill for fighting against corruption. Step 2, the same person has been appointed, minister he is, appointed into the committee which is going to be drafting. Drafting what we hope will be an effective bill to fight against corruption. And the third step, which we observe with great deal of worry, is the minister has started saying things like the way he did when the 2G was still flaring up. Say one thing today, retract tomorrow. That has been his style. The kind of comments Mr. Kapil Sibal is making, even as the first meeting is scheduled for 16th April, does not instill confidence that the government or the Congress party is working to get a meaningful consensus. It doesn't give us the picture that they are working to facilitate consensus both outside and in the parliament. It looks as if they are going in for a route of confrontation. Do they want consensus or confrontation? Why do they comment when even the first sitting has not taken place? And comment in such a way that doubts are being raised on the intention of the Congress party and the intention of the government. Do all the comments made by Mr. Kapil Sibal and also the suspicions and doubts raised by Mr. Salman Khurshid reflect the view of the Congress party? I think it's high time the Congress party openly says it is committed to get an effective bill. the kind of statements which are coming from the responsible ministers who have been nominated into this committee does not instill confidence that they're working to get consensus. BJP has sent a study team to Jammu and Kashmir to study the issues which are worrying the people of all parts of Jammu and Kashmir. They will talk to everybody and anybody who believes that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of this country. They will certainly deal with the whole matter of understanding the grassroots level issues there with the spirit of insaf or insaniyat. That will be the guiding principle. And end of 2 months, they've given themselves 2 full months. And at the end of the second month, they hope to give a vision document to the president of the party and give a complete picture of how the issue of Jammu and Kashmir can be handled for a better integration of Jammu and Kashmir into the mainstream and also remain as an integral part of this country. The team consists of, it is headed by Sri Rajnath Singh Ji, Sri Ravi Shankar Prasad, Sri Shahnawaz Hussain, Sri Jagat Prakash Nadda, Dr. Maya Singh, and Dr. J.K. Jain constitute the team. We like to draw your attention to one other very worrying development during the election campaign. All of you have been closely following the way in which campaign has happened in the southern states. There has been a helicopter politics, a very interesting politics, which certainly reveals, like the way in which the delay in taking action according to the Shunglu committee report, and the way in which Congress party is responding to the Lokpal draft bill which has got to be worked out. All this is being spearheaded by the Congress party's arrogance. This helicopter politics is also an outcome of the Congress party's arrogance. The leader of the opposition in Lok Sabha, Sushma Ji Swaraj, is on a campaign in Kerala and in Tamil Nadu, and all of you all know about it. Her helicopter was not even allowed to land, although it was a pre-planned, well-informed, much notified trip. In the name of Prime Minister's helicopter also passing by in that area, her helicopter was not allowed to land in a campaign, for a campaign which was much well in advance scheduled. Similarly, the helicopter of Sri Narendra Modi, Gujarat Chief Minister, starting from Bangalore and going to Calicut, was also not even allowed to take off. He had to wait in Bangalore for 5 hours and reached the venue full 5.5 hours later, and the people were made to wait. These are not instant or impromptu decisions. Decisions to move from one place to another in the campaign trail are very well advanced or well announced, well in advance announced. Attempts to stop leaders of their stature from moving from one place to another is a clear attempt and a result of total frustration in the mind of a party which is probably preparing for a mass-scale defeat. Congress party's attitude towards electoral campaign has to be more democratic. They should now understand that they cannot stop people from hearing what is being said by the opposition. Clearly, you saw the outcry of the public as a result of what has happened due to the stonewalling of the Lok Sabha during the winter session. You failed to answer the elected representatives. The people have themselves come out today. Thank you.
Nirmala ji, when whom you describe as modern Gandhi, Anna, when he has accepted Kapil Sitharaman, what's your problem?
Our problem is about the way in which his comments are misleading the public.
Which comment?
The comment, the last 2-3 days, I can even read out the comments that he's made.
Yeah, please.
If a poor kid doesn't have the means to go to school, I'm quoting, if a poor kid doesn't have the means to go to the school, how can the Lokpal bill help? If a poor man can't get a sick child to a hospital without seeking help from the politicians, how can the bill offer any succor? If there's a need for water or sanitation, can the Lokpal bill be of any help? Further, those who didn't even have a landline phone earlier now have mobile phones. 70 crore Indians now have mobile phones, and it didn't come from Lokpal bill or any such legislation. Further, Sri Salman Khurshid continues to speak in the same spirit, lacking of belief in the effective Lokpal bill. I'm quoting here. In principle, we support the Lokpal bill, but the question is how consensus be built on the issue between all political parties and then in the parliament. That's one of the quotes. There are very many more.
What do you find objectionable in any of them?
Objectionable is the fact. No.
Do you think the Lokpal bill is the solution of all the corruption issues?
Lokpal bill is one of the ways in which one can fight corruption. And after a public outcry today, attempts are being made to get an effective Lokpal bill, which will be useful in fighting corruption.
So why did
At this stage, let me just finish. You asked me a question, let me answer it.
why did you do it?
Oh, we didn't at least cover up on corrupt practices in 5 years. We have not even done anything to justify corruption or to cover up corruption. In the last 1 year, Congress's attempt is not only to come up with a series of fantastic, unbelievable levels of corruption, but also there is an attempt to cover them up. So let us not compare this with that.
So there was no corruption before?
So, I have not answered your first question. Are you interested in getting an answer for that? I have not answered your first question. Are you interested in getting an answer for that? Mr. Kapil Sibal's comments, therefore, and subsequently also being spoken by another minister, where you're trying to undermine the importance of a bill for which the people have come out fighting. We want a bill which will be effective. At this kind of time, to come out with statements which lead to doubts in the mind of people does not encourage at all the situation. And therefore we find it objectionable. And therefore we find it objectionable because even earlier, a minister who had said there's no scam at all, a minister who had said there's no loss at all, doesn't that tell you that there is a, attempt to mislead? We cannot undermine efforts in the fight against corruption. And a bill is one of the very important tools to fight against corruption, and therefore statements which can bring in doubts in the minds of people should not be made at this time. That's where our objection stands.
So what you want to do is to overhaul everybody, nobody should speak a word, everyone should get overawed by the whole thing. Is that what you want?
Certainly not. We want people, that is your interpretation. What we want is an environment which will enable the whole process smoothly.
Statements you are objecting to.
We've given you the explanation why we have doubts as to what is the intention of these statements. Take it for what it is. I'll just come. 1 minute. I'll just come.
There is a perception that this whole movement, it seems to have sort of gained the support of the middle class or the middle class and so on, is bypassing the whole process of parliamentary democracy. And yours, after all, is the principal opposition party.
I'm not sure if that's how we look at it. You seem to infer that it is bypassing the parliament and existing institutions. A draft bill, once drafted, will be tabled in the parliament. It will go through the necessary processes of discussion in the standing committees and everything else, and only then is it going to be passed. So, to give an impression that the draft itself is the final bill without any discussion, at this stage, I'm not sure that is appropriate. Well, if regarding the comments of Anna Hazare, I don't need to add up, but we are certainly raising this issue that at this time, when the people of India have come out onto the streets, irrespective of urban, rural, middle class, whoever class, public at large have come out saying we need an effective tool to fight corruption. And on that, the party, Bharatiya Janata Party, feels that an effective draft bill going to the parliament is absolutely important. And therefore, you've had, even yesterday in the campaign, Shri L.K. Advani saying that we will be supportive of the bill when it comes to the parliament. We certainly don't see any bypassing here.
No, but they said it.
Can you just repeat that question? UN कन्वेंशन में एंटी करप्शन के लिए जो भी कन्वेंशन है, करप्शन फाइट करने के लिए, उसको भारत सरकार अब तक रैटिफाई नहीं किया है. ये भी एक विषय है जिसके तहत हम मानते हैं कि आज की यूपीए 2 का सरकार करप्शन फाइट करने के लिए फुल ताकत नहीं लगा रही है. उनका विल कम है इस बात में. इसीलिए बार बार हम ये बात बोल रहे हैं कि करप्शन फाइट करने के लिए हम आज पूरे ताकत लगाना चाहिए. भारतीय जनता पार्टी इस विषय में पूरे सपोर्ट देगी करप्शन लड़ाने के लिए. The government of India has still now not ratified the UN convention to fight against corruption. The agreement may have been, the convention may have been signed, but it has not been ratified. And as a result of which, we don't obtain information, that which is possibly to be able to obtain from outside, had we only ratified it, is now becoming difficult to obtain such information. The government of India should soon ratify it. But this is one of the examples that I take to say that the UPA 2 is not really putting all its might for fighting corruption. And it is not putting its heart where they seem to be talking about it. They are not really showing their political will to fight against corruption. And again, going back to the kind of doubts which are being raised, comments leading to raising of doubts in the minds of people about effectiveness of a particular bill for which people have come out to fight at this juncture does not augur well for fighting corruption. अच्छा ही है ना?
मैम आपको नहीं लगता कि ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग बुलाई जानी चाहिए थी और विपक्ष का भी कोई आक्रोश होना चाहिए था बिल बनाने की ड्राफ्ट मीटिंग बनी उसमें ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग बुलाई जानी चाहिए थी.
ऑल पार्टी मीटिंग बुलाने का डिमांड तो हम पहले से बोल के आ रहे हैं. गवर्नमेंट है, इसीलिए वो नहीं देंगे.
It's a drafting part, but don't you think that the government reads the legislation and it is accountable, so government should be having the primacy or whatever in drafting of the legislation?
See, even after a draft bill is prepared, as much as I understand, by the various ministries to their respective departments, there is at some point in time during the whole process, the standing committees do call people from outside, experts from outside to talk, discuss, and consult them, to consult the civil society, experts in the civil society, and finally, much before it comes back to the parliament for discussion, it normally does take the input. But, can I finish? But, in this case, the fact remaining that the last 60 years we've not had this bill pass through, various attempts were made by various different governments to get a draft bill come onto the table of the Parliament, and eventually not seeing a logical conclusion has led to a lot of public outcry, anger, and therefore situation has reached today. Being also witness to the last 1 year of corruption, series of corruption, public have felt that 60 long years have passed by. Nothing has come out concretely. So probably they've come out on the street to say we want something happening, because they're so angry that fight against corruption is only being diluted. The cover-ups done by the Congress party has not helped the situation at all. And therefore that is possibly the explanation for what you suggested.
Mr. Kumaraswamy has said that it's impossible to be in politics without indulging in corrupt practices.
In his kind of politics, corruption probably is necessary, but no, not otherwise. I've already said that the public outcry, I've already said that the public outcry, will you want to finish your question so that I can answer it? Can I answer?
Yeah, please.
The public outcry is because for the last 60 odd years, we've not had a Lokpal bill come out of the Parliament after due discussions. The comments made are very reflective of that thought. And therefore, it is the truth that Lokpal bill has not come out of the Parliament successfully, creating a consensus. So such statements are only natural.
मैडम एक सवाल मेरा है, आपके प्रवक्ता तरुण विजय जी ने कहा है फेसबुक पर कि ये जो ड्राफ्ट बिल बन रहा है इसमें अपोजिशन पार्टी को शामिल नहीं किया गया है, इसलिए आम सहमति से बना हुआ बिल आप नहीं कह सकते हैं। दूसरी बात है कि आपको लगता है लिबरल पार्टी से भी होता तो ज़्यादा बेहतर होता है।
Consensus has to be evolved at any cost. There's no doubt. This is a very serious bill, a bill for which all of us have been struggling to obtain consensus over the years. Now the public have come out so openly, a consensus is necessary.
This superbug controversy, you must have heard about it, has surfaced yet again, where the Lancet report essentially now
We'll wait to hear more on it, because I think at the moment the Lancet's report has just come, all of us are looking into it. We'll certainly come back to you with a comment on it.
Ma'am, can you repeat the few sentences in Hindi?
Which one? हाँ. अन्ना हजारे ने? Sorry, repeat that. Let us see what the draft is going to be coming out, the draft bill, after which of course we'll certainly give our comments on it. मोदी में तो हो गया। लोकपाल बिल के विषय के ऊपर कांग्रेस पार्टी पूरे उनके ताकत नहीं लगा रही है, यही हमारे अब का समझ है, क्योंकि ये पहले से ही जब कपिल सिब्बल मंत्री जो कैबिनेट में 2G का स्कैंडल नहीं है बोल रहा था और जो नो लॉस क्लेम कर रहे थे 2G के ऊपर, उनको नेगोशिएटर के नाम में अन्ना हजारे से मिलना और उनसे बातचीत करने के लिए भेजने में ही शुरुआत हुई गवर्नमेंट के हाफ हार्टेड अटेम्प्ट्स। और उसके बाद जब उनको कमेटी के मेंबर भी बनाया गया, उसमें से भी लगता है कि वॉर अगेंस्ट करप्शन में उनके पूरे मन नहीं है। जब अप्रैल 16 का पहले बैठक होने वाले हैं इस कमेटी का, उससे पहले से ही कपिल सिब्बल जी और उसके बाद सलमान खुर्शीद जी जो दोनों जो सदस्य हैं, उनके स्टेटमेंट्स ऐसे आ रही है, पब्लिक के माइंड में डाउट्स पैदा करने वाले कमेंट्स आ रही है और ताकत वाली लोकपाल बिल बनाने में ऐसे शंका पैदा करने वाले कमेंट्स अच्छा नहीं होता। इसीलिए लगता है कि कपिल सिब्बल जी जो बार बार कमेंट्स करते हैं उसके बाद उसको रिट्रैक्ट भी करते हैं, उस कमेटी में रहने में से और ऐसे कमेंट्स करने में से पब्लिक में लोकपाल बिल का जो अभी ड्राफ्ट बनाने वाले हैं उसका इफेक्टिवनेस के ऊपर ही शायद शंका लगा रहे हैं। इसीलिए लगता है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी और अब की सरकार पूरे मन से और दिल से, ताकत से करप्शन फाइट करने के लिए, करप्शन के खिलाफ जंग करने के लिए तैयार शायद नहीं हो। क्यों देर कर रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट, क्यों डिले हो रही है एक्शन लेने में, क्यों जल्दी से जल्दी उन सब में एक्शन नहीं हो रही है जिनके ऊपर इंडाइटमेंट हुआ शुंगलू कमेटी की। अभी होम मिनिस्ट्री के पास रिपोर्ट गया है, क्या कुछ टाइम फ्रेमवर्क है जिसके तहत वो एक्शन लेंगे? 2G मामले में भी डिले करते हुए बहुत ही नुकसान हुआ। अभी ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, शुंगलू कमेटी के ऊपर तुरंत कार्रवाई और तुरंत एक्शन होना चाहिए। और हेलीकॉप्टर के पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में एक कमेंट कर दी हमने। नरेंद्र मोदी जो गुजरात के सीएम थे, बेंगलुरु से कैलिकट जाने वाले थे और सुषमा जी तिरुवनंतपुरम से कन्नूर जाने वाले थे। उस समय दोनों के हेलीकॉप्टर को परमिशन लास्ट मिनट में रुकवाया गया। जो परमिशन पहले हम ले चुके थे उसको डिनाई करते हुए नरेंद्र भाई मोदी को 5.5 आवर्स, 5.5 घंटे तक बेंगलुरु में इंतजार करना पड़ा, जिसके वजह से उनके मीटिंग देर से चली और सुषमा जी को लैंडिंग परमिशन ही नहीं दिया। इन दोनों लीडर ऑफ द ऑपोजिशन और एक सीएम, दोनों कैंपेन को जगह पहुंचने में इतना आतंक क्यों पैदा करना है? ये सिर्फ कांग्रेस पार्टी के फ्रस्ट्रेशन है और उनके घमंड के वजह से ही ऐसे स्टेप्स उठाए जा रहे हैं।